Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the new Star Wars remote control Hailfire Droid. Straight from the Clone Wars line based on the animated series comes this new large-scale vehicle-type toy from Hasbro. Although it's not quite a vehicle, as nobody can really ride in it, because it's a droid. But if you know Star Wars, then you already know that, of course. The Hailfire Droid comes in a large window box that displays the toy inside. The sides of the box have images of the droid from the Clone Wars animated series, and the back showcases the toy itself, listing everything included and its functions. But enough about that box. Let's rip this bad boy open and check him out. Now, before we get into the actual remote control action of the Hailfire Droid, let's scope out his appearance. The design of the Hailfire Droid is quite good, wonderfully replicating the look of the droid as it appears in the Clone Wars cartoon series. It's molded out of a flat gray plastic, with some blue trim and small bits of detail painted on. It's not incredibly detailed because of this, as most of it is just that flat gray of the plastic, and that seems to be pretty common on vehicles in the Star Wars line. But even still, it's not like it looks bad or even cheap. It looks just fine. The droid is pretty good sized as well, with the large wheels reaching about 8 inches in height. The droid comes with a standard Clone Wars styled Clone Trooper action figure. And standing him alongside, you can see how tall the droid is in comparison to the figures. Maybe it's not quite the proper scale, but it's still pretty good. The droid features a gun turret on the front that is on a swivel, so you can move it from side to side. There are also 2 large cannons on the top that can hold a whopping 18 firing projectile missiles. These bright red pieces of plastic easily snap into the holes on the cannons and are fired via a firing button on the actual remote control. We'll check out exactly how that works in just a bit. We even get an extra 4 missiles included, just in case you get carried away and end up losing a few. Now, this thing is quite the battery hog, so make sure you stock up before you buy some, because it requires 9 batteries. You need 6 AA's for the actual droid itself, which plug into the sides after unscrewing the covers. Then the remote control needs an additional 3 AAA batteries. Once the batteries are in place, you can turn the droid on by switching the switch that is underneath. This lights a red light on the front so that you know it's powered on. There is also a switch on the remote to turn it on. The remote itself features 2 joysticks and a button on top that is used for firing those missiles. If you've ever played with an RC car before, it should be easy to figure out how this works. But just in case, an instruction sheet is included. Each of the 2 joysticks controls one of the wheels, so pushing both forward moves the droid forward, pushing them both back makes them go in reverse, and then you can turn in either direction by pushing one joystick up and one joystick down. Overall, the thing works pretty great. It is quite sensitive, so it takes a little bit of practice to get it just right. And he does seem to pull to the left just a bit, so it's not exactly easy to always go in a straight line. But man, does this thing turn so well. And check out that spin. The large tread on the tires makes him roll easily across carpet, and it seems he'd do quite well on some rougher terrain. Holding that button on the top will fire the missiles. They fire in a rotation, shooting 3 missiles at a time, and they get quite good distance. By the way, I had way too much fun chasing and shooting my dog with this thing. Seriously, It was a total blast. The Hailfire Droid retails for about $69.99, so it is a bit on the pricey side. However, there's no question that this thing is a lot of fun. It's been a long time since I've played around with an RC car, so maybe that helped in my enjoyment. But I honestly got a lot of fun out of playing with this thing, so I can imagine that any kid would absolutely love it. It seems like they would definitely be the target audience for this one. Until next time.
She's hiding behind you.